So good morning, good morning. I do want to say that if there is anyone that ever needs a recording or you want to share something out with your team, or people that you know, or even if you want to re-listen to something, I have been reloading all of the recordings in my group. There's a guide that says recordings, and then they're also on the podcast if you're like an on-the-go person. Personally, I prefer the podcast because you can like do other things on your phone, or if you've got to answer a quick text or something, the podcast just keeps playing. So that's why I like those personally, and you can listen to your car without being like dangerously on the internet. And then I always go live on my TikTok too Wednesday morning so that I can get this out to as many platforms as possible and really just try to share more about my brand and how I can help people show up confidently and consistently online. And I just had someone yesterday, they made like a post on Facebook that I thought was really cool. It was like, what's your purpose? And I genuinely feel like this is my purpose. Like everything that I've had and done up to this part of my life has been like, you can teach people how to grow a business online. Because that's exactly what I have done for 7 years. So that's my credibility for you. But I wanted to talk a little bit today, and I'm going to continue to do a selling on social series. And only because I think there's so many parts, there's so many moving parts to selling on social media. There's so many different things that you can do, avenues. There are so many different tips, tricks, strategies. And I will say, similar to what Jess says a lot, is like, it's like baking a cookie, right? We all do it differently. We all might add some nuts. We might add some raisins. Don't ever do that if you make cookies for me. I'm a strictly chocolate chip type of girl, or whatever kind of like macadamia, anything, white chocolate. But like, yeah, I don't know. When we get to like the walnuts, my husband likes everything in his cookie. So that's between, you and you. But you are going to take everything that I always share and just make it your own. That's the most important part too when it comes to social media is authenticity, is really not acting like you're somebody else, not trying to be somebody else, just being yourself and allowing people to get to know you. Because I think that's what's really helped me grow online is I've always shared vulnerability. I have always shared authenticity. I have always just been real with people. Like if I'm not having a good day, or if I'm frustrated or something like that, or if I'm dealing with imposter syndrome, I share about that stuff because that's real, that's relatable. That's things that someone can look at and go, oh, she's normal like me. So what happens a lot is people see you sharing, let's say, success online, or they see you sharing, you made this amount of money, or you have this car, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people don't find that duplicatable for themselves. A lot of people don't even find working online duplicatable for themselves. Having a side hustle, having a second stream of income, they don't find that as if it's duplicatable or if they can do it, right? And I think about that, like even to bring that to like layman's terms, sometimes when I see girls like braiding their hair on TikTok, I'm like, man, I can't do that. I can barely brush my hair. So it's like, it's not duplicatable for me. So I don't even watch the video because I'm like, I know dang well I can't braid my hair up here because I can barely do it down here. So again, try to do as much as you can that you feel will be relatable to you and your audience. So one of the parts about selling on social that I think is the probably top tier most importante is going to be call to actions. And so if you see them places and it says CTA, it's going to be call to action. And if you see me keep looking over here, it's my TikTok. And man, people on TikTok are funny. Thank you. They have some weird stuff on there. But I don't answer their questions until after. So anywho, so CTA, call to action, right? And it's funny because on social media, you use so many, the allergies this year. I'm so sorry. I cannot stand the allergies this year. My son and I, it's like constant all day long. I'm so sick of it. Allergies. That's what I have him say with me. Cause he's like, am I sick? And I'm like, no, say it with me. Allergies. So CTAs, right? Call to action. And you're going to hear a lot of different, what's the word I'm looking for? Like shortcuts. That's not the right word. But like when I think of it too, when I hear ATM, the ad tag message system. So CTA is call to action. And first I want to tell you what that is in case you're like, what the heck is a CTA or a call to action? You are not dumb, okay? Because when I heard it too, I was like, what the heck's a call to action? I don't know. Everything is always new and interchanging on social media. And especially if you're someone that's like, oh, I'm going to start taking it seriously, you very well may not know what that means or how to use it. So that's what you have me for. But basically what a CTA is going to be, or a call to action, is it's a statement or some kind of prompt that is going to encourage and lead someone to do something, okay? So specifically for marketing, right? A call to action can be anything. And even as simple as if you go to a vendor show and you see buy one, get two free, that's a call to action because most people are going to buy one because they get the two for free, right? But if there was just a bunch of scrunchies, you're just going to walk by. Think about like I think about because we have a farmer's market in our town. Whenever I see someone with like a sale, especially something that I've wanted, that's a call to action because it encourages me to take action by their prompt or by their statement. It's making me go, ooh, I want to do that. I want to grab that. It's really designed to motivate someone to engage, whatever that looks like with you, right? Might be even commenting. So a lot of the times too, when I tell you guys to do like posts about pancakes, waffles, grilled cheese, or, watermelon with salt or no, that I don't know why that always frustrates my whole social media. They freak out. Salt belongs on watermelon. It's really good. Just try it. Trust me. But so if you do stuff like that and people start commenting, that's a call to action because you're asking people to engage with you and they're doing it. What happens a lot of time when I talk to people about social media or when we do audits or when they come and they ask, why am I not getting the engagement? I'm like, when is the last time that you asked someone to engage with you? A lot of time when we're on social media, we're just talking about ourselves. And we're kind of just sharing and this and that, and this is my lifestyle, this is my cat or my dog and my kid and blah, blah, blah. But when was the last time you said, hey, buy this, sign, and this is vague, okay? And it's going to be vague because it's very, it would be easier to work with people one-on-one because of different products, brands, opportunities. What you're selling is going to be different for each thing. And to be honest with you, I do say stay away from things like join me now. That doesn't really work anymore. And honestly, words like that on social media will just pull your post down, but you can find ways to be creative. You can use ChatGPT. Go in there and type in, can you give me 10 different ways to say join me now without saying join me now, right? Because join me now just it's a little spammy. It's a little salesy, right? People are like, oh gosh, run from that person or that booth or whatever, right? But things like follow for more information, share if you like this, right? And I'm going to give you a call to action, like a little call to action cheat sheet. It'll actually be in my group. So if you're not in there, specifically when I say I'll give you something, it's going to be in my group because that's the easiest way for me to store stuff. I don't want to have to email and then people don't get the email or they PM me on Facebook. And sometimes I'm the type of person, if you ever see those memes and it's like 1 week later, I'm like, hey, how are you? Sorry, I didn't respond. That's just me. It's just me. Sorry. It's even in text message too, most of the time. Unless I have the friends that are like, scroll up, Sydney, respond to that. So the call to action really is used to encourage someone to do something, okay? It's a strategy when it comes to social media because people don't use it and then they wonder why no one's engaging. They wonder why no one's buying. They wonder why no one's asking because you're not asking them to do something. We are the type of society that if we ask someone to do something, most of the time they're going to do it, right? And I'm not saying like you're like, buy this $1,000 thing now and they're all going to do it. But if you're like, hey, tell me if you like this shirt or this shirt on me, just like we were talking last week, like give people the opportunity to engage with you, but through a call to action, it encourages them. And what happens when you start to use more call to actions, two things are going to happen, right? Number one is you are going to start getting more engagement. Whether it's a watermelon and salt post or a, here's my brand logo, this, whatever it might be, how serious it is to you and your business, you are going to get more engagement. I guarantee that. And I don't guarantee very many things, but if you use them consistently, I guarantee you'll get more engagement. And then two, you're going to start triggering this part in your mind that goes, call to actions are getting me results. Wow, actually telling people what to do is going to get me more results. Think about the people that put, share this post if you agree. We share the dang post if we agree, right? Most of the time I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm going to share that. I do agree. Or how about those ones? Oh my gosh. Do you guys remember when social media was like, share this post or your mom is going to get eaten by a bear? And you would like share the post because you were like, oh gosh, I don't want my mom. It was way more morbid than that, but I'm not going there because I love my mom. But you would share the post because you were like scared that something bad would happen to you. That was a call to action, just related to more fear than what we're looking for, right? But share this post if you agree, like this if you agree, follow for more information, right? And so I just think the important part and why I wanted to talk about call to action today is use more of it in your posts. And you can find creative ways to use it in almost every one of your posts about anything, about lifestyle, business, product, opportunity. You can find a way. Now, some of the tips that I'm going to give you when it comes to call to action. Sorry, I have a ton of notes today because I love call to actions. Probably like my favorite thing to do on social media, other than go live and do videos and all that kind of stuff. But call to actions for me, direct call to actions work best. So things that are just direct. When someone says, you know what to do, or I say to people, you know where to find me. But when you are using, like, let's say for a caption and they're like, you know what to do, and you want them to message you, that's not really direct. What if they don't know what to do? What if they haven't gotten enough information, enough value, enough, they're just not ready to do whatever it is, and you need to provide them with more value. How about if you have more questions, send me a message. I'm happy to answer them, because that person that might have more questions doesn't know what to do. So direct call to actions work best for me. And again, maybe you find that the you know what to do works best for you. Try different things. This is why too, when I'm like, hey, try this, hey, try this, hey, try this, because you really got to start trying different things to see what you like. I feel like I'm having a conversation with my 6-year-old right now, because I just told him the other day that I am done cooking him a separate dinner than everyone else. He is going to try what we make, whatever we're having for dinner. And if he doesn't like it, then I will make him something else. But he's not going to just get away without trying it and say he doesn't like it, right? So you can't get away and say call to actions don't work, social media doesn't work, but you didn't try. You didn't actually give it a good college try. Is that what they call it? I don't know. So, and we found out he likes stuffing because he tried it. He was like, wow, this is so good, Mom. I'm like, see, have I ever steered you wrong? So the call to actions, direct has worked best for me. And then call to actions are going to be similar to like a hook, if you will, if you hear a hook. And I have a part in one of my courses that are going to be launched very soon, if not today, tomorrow. I'm like so ready and I'm excited. And there's one that's going to be about hooks and titles, but that's very similar because it's just things that catch someone's eye that make them want to engage. It is something that makes them want to watch more, follow more, share more, even follow you, right? So hooks can be something similar if you hear that. A couple of them, like I said, I'm going to give you a couple of them, but like vague ones are follow for more, click the link in my bio. That is so important. And a reason why I've always said it's important to have a call to action in your bio on every part of your social media, because a simple call to action is click the link in my bio. You want more info, link in the bio. Link in the bio. I remember at a point, probably like 2 years ago, when they started the link in the bio, I was linking the bio every 5 seconds in my stories, in my posts, in my lives, link in the bio, link in the bio. And I was selling samples like insane, because people could just go click and do their own thing and go watch their own thing. A lot of us too, I don't know about you, but this is me. I prefer to go click on the link and do my own thing. I'll talk to you if I have questions, right? I like to click the links in bios and go look and see and be a little nosy, right? We are a nosy society, okay? Just, it is what it is. If you have nowhere for someone to click the link in your bio and to go check it out, that's a spot where you're missing out on a very simple call to action, because you could link so many things, and this is all free, right? Milkshake, Linktree. I have a video about that, the milkshake, in my group too. It's a free thing, a free place that you can use. And you can create so many different things and avenues in there about your business, your brand, yourself. There's ways to link videos. I mean, it is boom shakalaka. I'm thinking maybe I should do a whole thing about milkshake now, because it is so good. And it's so simple for you to say, click the link in my bio to get more information. Clicking the link in the bio too, especially if you use like Milkshake or the Linktree ones, you can get like insights, statistics from them basically, and see how well that's working for you. Because if you can go, I've said DM me and no one's DM'd me, but I'm looking at the clicked links in my bio and I've got 400. The link in the bio is working better for you, right? People are going and checking it out. And whether they're converting to sales or not, that's another part of a call to action. Save for later are great ones to use, because saves, number one, help your algorithm. Every time you have a save on any platform, the platform is going, oh my gosh, Shalay just saved Sydney stuff. She loves her. We're going to show her more of it. Or Sydney stuff just got saved by 5 people. She got good content. Let's start pushing it out organically. Most of the platforms, like when people talk about buying ads and stuff, and I'm not saying I would never do it, but I have never done it. Everything I do is organically, because I like to teach and train on that. But you can organically get pushed by an algorithm and by each platform, by simply doing things like that, by getting more people to save your stuff, by getting more people to share your stuff. So share this if you agree, right? And that can be something as simple as a Bible verse, a motivational quote, something about parenting. I posted a couple of years ago, I think it was like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I started doing this thing with Zane when we go to a store because we were going around the holidays, and you walk in and there's toys everywhere and kids start screaming because they're like, oh my God, toys. And I'd be like, okay, pick a toy or whatever toy you want. We're going to take a picture and I'm going to send it to Santa. Oh, I can't talk loud because I forgot that he's home from school. I almost said that. We're going to send the picture to Santa, right? He'd be like, okay, cool. And then he put the toy down and walk away. It got me out of so many tantrums in the middle of the store. And I posted it in all these boy mom groups for one of two reasons, right? It helped me a lot in my mom journey. But two, I knew that it could be shared out a ton. And in one of the groups, I had like 600 shares. People shared out all over the place because they're like, oh, that is such a good idea. That just boosted my algorithm, right? I made a ton of friends from that, got a lot of followers from that because people are like, ooh, more mom content, more mom hacks. I love that. So simple things like that too, even when you're inside groups. Again, why I stress being inside groups, because you can find very simple. It's not simple, but I feel like it's simple when you know what you're talking about, when the hobby's you, right? I know how to be a boy mom. That's specifically what I'm good at. If you know how to be a dog mom, that's what you're good at. If you know how to be you're really good at cooking, that's what you're good at, right? Go inside of those groups and share hacks and simple tricks or things that have helped you that you can go save for later. Share this if you agree. And they start sharing it out for you. That is called UGC too, user generated content, where you're basically getting someone to do something else for you without you doing anything. What a genius marketing plan, if you ask me, right? It's free and you basically did nothing. You just sat there and clicked and watched it go. When I use call to actions, and this is again just something that works best for me, I tend to use them at the beginning of a video or a caption. That's the most effective, just in case said person has to hop off or they miss a part where I say it. So if I'm saying, hey, this is Sydney Slayman coming to you live from Detroit, I really want you to share out this video because I think someone needs to hear it. I'm going to say that right in the beginning. Or if I have a post and let's say, I've been doing a lot of like trending sounds on Instagram and TikTok. The beginning of my caption is always follow for more social media tips. And then I give them the rest. So a lot of times all they're seeing first is a follow more for social media tips. And you want the person to see the instant call to action. Again, that's just what's worked best for me. But think about if you have, like, let's say a longer post and someone doesn't read the whole post and your call to action's all the way at the bottom and they miss it. That's a part of it too, when you have to plan, do review, when you're doing all this stuff. Okay, what's working for me? Is using the call to action in the beginning helping? Is using the call to action in the middle helping? Is using it at the end helping, right? Because again, it's going to be kind of different for all of us depending on what we're doing, what kind of posts we're making. But what is going to happen with the call to action, right? Is number one, you're going to get desired action from someone over a consistent amount of time, right? So if you're saying, share this and people don't share it overnight, don't come to me and be like, call to actions don't work, Sydney. I'm gonna need you to do it for like longer than one day before you tell me it doesn't work, okay? Try. And then what will happen hopefully too is we wanna take those call to actions, turn them into conversations, turn them into conversions, customers, sales, leads, right? We want to take the people that are, hey, I want more information. Think about if you had a weight loss post and here's my before and here's my after, and it was because of this cortisol thing I'm doing. Okay, and you just say that, or here's my weight loss, here's my before and after, and that's it, right? Number one, people love weight loss, so I guarantee you they're going to be like, what are you doing, without you even saying anything. But how much more effective would it be if you had your weight loss photo? Want to know how I dropped 60 pounds in, I don't know, what's an effective amount of time, 12 weeks? Question mark. That's going to get more people going, yes, more info. Yes, more info, right? Asking them if they want more information on it. And now, again, that was vague because I believe everybody wants weight loss, even people who don't need it. So that's an easier one when it comes down to it. But think about how you can use something in your product, brand, or opportunity and say, would you want more of this? A great one to do inside of your stories is if you have your polls and all that stuff, do a quick story of yourself and have a poll up that says, what kind of content do you like that I post? Do you like more of my like life content? Do you like more of, I'm just gonna use me as an example. Do you like more of my life content? Do you like more of my like social media trending audio content? Do you like my mom hacks? Do you like my humor? And get people to go, oh, I really like when you share, because a lot of the times too, we think what we're sharing is cool. Oh, we're so great, you know? Toot your own horn. And people would go, oh, I actually loved what you used to do when you used to do this. Or I know I've had people message me all the time and they're like, I loved when you guys did keto videos. And I'm like, well, your girl's dairy free now. So we don't do keto anymore because everything was cheese and I can't eat cheese anymore. But I'm like, okay, people loved when we did cooking videos. And I found a lot of that was more from my humor. So I try to incorporate my humor now with other things that I'm doing, right? Again, a call to action. You're asking people what they like from you. You're going to increase your engagement, which also is super important because you're building stronger relationships with people online, which is hard to do in a world where we are not really around each other very much, where we are predominantly, like, think about it. You look at your internet screen time, let's say it's 9 hours. When was the last time you spent 9 hours with a friend? Right? Probably in person, right? Probably been a while since that's happened. So you spend more time online. So give people that opportunity to build that relationship with you. You're going to foster a community of people who love what you're doing. That's what we all want, right? We all want people who are on our page saying, yay, yay, yay. I want the naysayers. They can just go somewhere. I used to love this girl on TikTok. She used to say, no likey, swipey, swipey. That's my deal. No likey, swipey, swipey. Just keep it moving. Then when you're using the call to actions, right, you're going to create a measurable part for your results. So again, when you're looking at, you're going to do your plan to review. Okay, I've been doing call to actions for 30 days consistently. Let's say 4 or 5 days a week. This is what worked. This is what didn't. You cannot measure results if you're not taking action. Okay. Say that again for the people in the back. You cannot measure results if you're not taking action. Simple as that. Because too many people are measuring their results, but not taking action, which is like, you're jumping the gun. What do you want? Start doing it. And then you can go, oh my gosh, that's what's working. Or else you really can't figure out what's working at all, right? Because you can figure out, okay, well, this isn't working right now. And a lot of people, when they sit and they go, well, I want more of this, I want more of that, start taking action on those things so you can measure those results. One of the most important things that a call to action does is it creates a sense of urgency. We are a urgent society. If we hear limited time offer, flash sale, exclusive promotion, how many times you get a coupon code from like, I don't know, Shein or something, you run and you go order because you're like, ooh, that coupon code might expire, right? When we used to have sales in my business, I would literally, if the sale ended on Friday, I would create a sense of urgency. And when I was talking to a direct customer, I'd say, hey, this sale ends tonight at midnight. It didn't matter if it ended on Friday, but if you created that sense of urgency, it ends tonight at midnight, they'd always order. But if I said they wait till Friday, I'd lose them between then and Friday. Because then they'll go spend the money on something else, or they'll forget about you, or they'll look on something else on TikTok at night. Create that sense of urgency in a call of action. Because it's very, very like, we are literally that type that we're like, if you do this now, this is what you'll get. And we do it now. We jump on it. We figure out a way, right? We're like, ooh, whatever we got to do, we'll make it happen. We're going to stop what we're doing and we're going to hurry up and order, or hurry up and do this. Again, it reminds me of those posts like, hurry up and share this post. Your mom's going to get eaten by a bear right now. And it's like, my mom's at home sleeping. She's not going to get eaten by a bear, but I'm going to share the post because it's like call to action, sense of urgency. So create that sense of urgency in your call to action. That will help a ton. And call to actions are a sense of urgency too. So don't feel like every post needs to be like, buy now. Call to action really is a creating sense of urgency for people, because you're telling them that they need to hurry up and do something, right? Or they're going to miss out on something. We don't like to miss out on things as a society, in case you haven't noticed. We have this large thing called FOMO. You're going to improve your user experience. So a lot of people want things to be easy. And that's why I said clicking the link in the bio. If you don't have a link in your bio, that is something I want on your homework like stat, because link in the bio is so important. It creates a user experience for people. People can come, click the link in the bio, get exactly what they want from you, and it be simple and reduce any type of like friction or stress for them, right? I don't know how many times I go to people's posts and I'm like, I got to click this post and then go over here and do this. And I'm like, nope. By the third step, I'm done. If it ain't taking me to checkout, I ain't doing it. Like it's too much, right? Again, we need basic things and things that can just improve our experience. So link in the bio. You want more information? Click the link in my bio. I've got a video on how it works, and then I've got a checkout button right there. Have a great day. And if they need more information, here's go into my DM and I'll give you more information on it. Really improve your user experience, and you're going to increase your likelihood of conversion of sales, conversion of leads, conversion of revenue, people asking you more about what you're doing and how you're doing it. And then obviously you're going to up and support your business goals, because what the plan is with call to actions is to obviously grow your leads, your revenue. Maybe it's grow your business, your email list, grow your social media engagement, whatever it might be, right? Is call to actions are there designed to help you increase your business goals, whatever that looks like for you in business. So say to yourself, what do I want? I want more people asking about my business. Then I need to ask more people to ask about my business. It seems simple sometimes in our head when we think about it. It's like those things that you do and you're like, why didn't I think of that? Believe me, I know. So that's why I even have to check myself sometimes. Like, when the last time I did like a really good call to action? Stories are a very simple way to do that too. You can use the polls. And I want to remind you a little pro tip, because Jess was reminding me of this yesterday actually, is if you use a poll in your Instagram, it does not transfer to your Facebook. You need to put a different poll on top of it. So you have to go to your Facebook and specifically make a different poll for it, just so you know, because even your girl did that yesterday. So I'm going to leave you with this: effective ways to use call to actions, right? Be clear and concise on exactly what you want. Know you know what to do, unless all your people know what to do, but I'm going to tell you right now, they don't. You're going to have your new people who don't know what to do, right? Clear and concise, direct call to actions are going to work best, in my opinion, but I think that you probably agree with that. Share this now. Follow for more, like and comment. Those very direct ones. Create a sense of urgency. So limited time, limited availability. You need to jump on this now. I'm closing this, sale now or tomorrow. Don't, even if the sale closes on Friday, right? Create a sense of urgency, because what's going to happen too is when people come to you and they're like, oh, well, last time Chalet had that sale was like open for a week, so I'll just wait another week for next time. But if you straight up say, hey, it ends tonight at midnight, and then they ask you the next day and you're like, hey, it ended last night at midnight, they're gonna be like, crap, next time Chalet has that, I need to hurry up and buy, because she told me it ended and I didn't listen, right? Strong and persuasive wording. So I'm going to give you like probably 8 to 10 different call to actions that I like to use that are just strong, nice wording, direct wording, because again, that you know what to do, all that kind of stuff. It's just very broad. It's very vague. It's not really telling someone to do something. We are more apt to click the link in the bio, because you said, and because we're a tad bit nosy, but who cares? But whatever gets into your bio, right? And then customize them for each different platform. So things on each platform are going to be a little bit different. Like some of the call to actions that I'll use on TikTok would be different than the ones I'd use on Facebook, or the ones I use on Instagram would be different than the ones I use on Facebook. So you'll start to, again, when you start taking action, you can measure your results and say, oh, that call to action worked really well on Facebook, didn't really work well on TikTok. It worked really well on my stories. It didn't really work well on my wall, right? And then experiment. So I'm gonna leave you with this: take action so that you can sit and say, this is what worked and this is what didn't. So you can analyze your results over time, because a lot of what happens is people try it 1 time or 2 times and it doesn't work however they like, and then they stop doing it, right? And call to actions, I will be honest, are one of the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Important, that's not the word, but is one of the most important things that you can do on your social media to create engagement, to create user interaction, which is what we all want. We want more people looking at our stuff, more people engaging with our stuff. So start using a call to action in everything you can, in any way you can. And just remember that you can always go into my Slay Your Social group and post your post. Like if you're gonna make a post after this and you're like, you guys, this is a good call to action, go in there and ask people. I'll come in, everybody else in the group will come in, we'll tell you, hey, I feel like 15 heads are better than 1, right? You might have someone be like, oh, well, use this instead. Or yeah, I really love that. Use that group to confirm in your mind, right? And like, okay, that's good. If you have those questions, use that group also to say, hey, I just made this post and I really want people to engage with it. Can y'all go in and just engage and support? That is exactly what that group is for. It's a bunch of social sellers in there wanting to help each other grow. So really utilize that group. Again, I'm going to post the call to action that I have. It's just going to be a little graphic. I'm going to post it inside that group. So if you want to have it, take it, share it. The best way to, if you share it with people, is to tag them and invite them to the group so that they can see more things inside of the group and get more value, more resources, show up here on Wednesdays, get the recordings, all that kind of stuff. But I hope this was helpful. I know that if you start using call to actions on your profiles, platforms, it will be helpful to use. So I look forward to seeing you guys grow, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out.